Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks with me, Don the Expert Calls from VideoGamesUncovered.com, and let's talk games. Specifically Fallout 4 and why I am madly in love with this franchise. So to put into perspective, I've played every single game in the series from Fallout 1 all the way up to New Vegas, all the DLCs, all the expansions, you name it. And every single time I've played a Fallout game, I've fallen in love with it in different ways. But the first thing I fell in love with when it came to the Fallout series had to be the story and how it was told, and quite frankly how it left you hanging with the basic premise and never told you about the deeper plot point behind everything. So allow me to give you an example of this. In Fallout 1, the story is very simple. You're a vault dweller and you're asked to go out and explore the wasteland because your vault's water chip, that makes sure that the water in your vault is purified so that people can drink it, is now malfunctioning. So you need to find a water chip within a set number of days, or else your vault will literally die of not being able to drink safe water. However, you're never told that if you complete that quest successfully, or if you don't, because you're never told that it's an actual optional quest here, you find out about the super mutants that are duplicating at such a rapid rate. And you end up finding out that someone's creating a super mutant army to take over the wasteland. It is now down to you to take him out, and you're never told about that storyline until you have basically dealt with the first initial problem. And this is carried on throughout the series, and you may remember it more specifically from Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. So from Fallout 3, obviously the big quest line initially was you're in Vault 101, been born and raised alone by your father, and then your father has randomly decided to open up the vault door, which everyone's been told you should never do, and now you're tasked to find out what's happened to your dad in the wastes and see if you can find him. But you're never told that he's working on a water purification plant in order to make sure that all the water in the wasteland basically becomes purified. Which, now when I think about it, is kinda an homage to Fallout 1's water chip situation. Only that you don't have the whole, you must do this within a set time period thing, which I personally think would be an interesting addition if they were able to add that in. And then of course Fallout New Vegas added their own addition to the mix, where you're a courier, you get shot down mysteriously, and now you must go on an act of revenge to find Benny and take him out once and for all, if you want to take him out. But of course, after you have dealt with Benny in one way or another and you find the information that you are after, you are left with one big decision. How would you want the wasteland to be governed? And you're left with a choice of either helping out the NCR, Caesar's Legion, Mr. House, or even destroying everyone and doing everything by your own methods. And this is why Fallout for me is one of the best RPGs. It gives you a very basic premise early on. It doesn't demand that you stick to that premise, unless you're playing Fallout 1, because you kinda have to prioritize the water chip situation before doing anything else that's major. But it gives you freedom. It gives you the freedom to go out there, find other side quests, find other NPCs, go out and just randomly explore all the crazy locations where you can find, battle up some death claws, smack down on some rad roaches, you name it, you can probably do it. But the narrative itself is also coupled by its fantastic gameplay, which obviously has evolved over the years. Fallout 1, Fallout 2 and Fallout Tactics stuck to a very straightforward approach where it was an isometric view style RPG, and as you were exploring the place and went into combat, you were mostly working on a turn-based AP system. What this meant is that during your turn you had to spend ability points in order to move around, reload your weapon, or target an enemy, and potentially kill them. And this also introduced the VAT system, where obviously you can target a specific area of the enemy's body to potentially do something awesome, such as hitting them in the head and instantly killing them, hitting them in the arms so that their aiming with their guns will be completely off, hitting them in the legs so that they won't be able to walk as far and use more AP by walking. There's a lot of options in that system alone. Fallout Tactics mixed it up a little bit more, and how it did this was by making it a more wasteland style game, where instead of just having one character or maybe even two characters that you're controlling and micromanaging, now you have an entire squad, and you can kit out your squad as you see fit with all their separate abilities, all their separate characteristics and all that jazz, and that just expands on the basic game but makes it a lot more strategic as you're controlling more units instead of just one. And of course we had the big jump from isometric RPG to FPS RPG, which we now have in Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and the upcoming Fallout 4. And I was very much in the boat of, I don't know if this is going to work, when the initial Fallout 3 was revealed as an RPG FPS. I didn't know how it was going to carry across, how the storyline was going to work that well, how dialogue options were really going to work, and all that jazz. But you know what? It ended up working much better than any of us thought. The series carried on, we still love it, and Fallout 4 is looking better than ever. And of course, Fallout 4 is adding in its own gameplay tweaks as well, giving you full control over companions, especially Dogmeat, brand new additions to the VAT system, full weapon customization, anything you can possibly imagine that we've been asking for from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, we've now got. So now it's a matter of us playing around and having a gay old time. So ladies and gents, I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on why I love this franchise. Fallout is one of my favorite series of all time, and quite frankly, with Fallout 4 just a week away from where I'm doing this video, I cannot wait to open up my Pip-Boy edition, get on live stream, and show you guys how much I've fallen in love with this series. Let me know how much you guys love the Fallout series, or even let me know if you don't love the Fallout series, and let me know why you don't. But for now, I'm going to be seeing you guys on another edition of VGU Talks.